Mary, woman of unshakable faith, I come to you today longing for steadiness, not a faith that disappears in difficulty, but a faith that remains even when tested. Teach me faith that does not waver. Mary, your faith was not fragile. It was not dependent on circumstances. It did not collapse when challenges arose. It stood firm, anchored in trust in God. Teach me that kind of faith. There are moments when my faith feels strong, and moments when it feels uncertain. Moments when trust flows easily, and moments when doubt creeps in. Mary, stay with me through both. You trusted God without needing constant reassurance. You believed even when understanding came slowly. You held faith through joy and sorrow alike. Teach me faith that endures. Sometimes my faith shakes when life feels unpredictable, when plans change, when answers delay, when outcomes feel uncertain. Mary, teach me to trust God without conditions. Mother Mary, help me understand that unshakable faith is not the absence of questions. It is choosing God even while questions remain. Teach me to choose God again. You show me that faith is practiced daily, in small decisions, in quiet obedience, in trusting God one moment at a time. Teach me consistency in my faith. There are times when I look for signs, for confirmation, for reassurance that God is near. Mary, teach me to trust even when signs are subtle. Help me understand that faith grows deeper when it is stretched, that trust strengthens when it is tested, that belief matures through perseverance. Teach me to persevere. Mary, you trusted God when faith meant waiting, when hope required patience, when obedience required courage. Teach me courage rooted in trust. Mother of faith, help me remain steady when others doubt. Help me remain grounded when uncertainty surrounds me. Help me remain faithful when outcomes are unclear. You did not allow fear to define your faith. You did not allow confusion to weaken your trust. You remained open to God's will. Teach me openness to what God is doing. Sometimes I want faith to feel certain, to feel secure, to feel unchanging. Mary, teach me that faith can be steady even when feelings fluctuate. Help me trust God with what I do not understand, with paths that unfold slowly, with plans that stretch my comfort. Teach me surrender without fear. Mary, help me hold faith with humility, without pride, without comparison, without needing to prove myself. Teach me quiet confidence in God. Mother Mary, walk with me as this prayer continues. Strengthen my trust. Stabilize my heart. Prepare me to receive deeper faith. I place my doubts before God. I place my questions before God. I place my desire for strong faith before God. Teach me to trust His guidance. Woman of unshakable faith, remain with me. Teach me to stand firm when challenges arise, to believe even when clarity is delayed, to trust without hesitation. Mary, woman of steady faith. As this prayer continues, I allow faith to settle deeper, not hurried, not forced, but rooted in trust. Teach me faith that holds firm over time. You show me that faith is not built in a moment. It is formed through repetition, through daily surrender, through choosing God again and again. Teach me to choose God even when it feels ordinary. There are moments when my faith feels tested, when circumstances challenge what I believe, when fear questions what I trust. Mary, teach me to return to God instead of retreating into doubt. Help me trust that faith can coexist with uncertainty, that belief does not require perfect understanding, that trust can remain even when clarity is incomplete. Teach me to remain steady. Mary, you trusted God when faith required perseverance, when it meant staying faithful without immediate results, when it meant believing without reassurance. Teach me perseverance that does not weaken. Sometimes I measure faith by how confident I feel, by how certain my emotions are. Mary, teach me that faith is not dependent on feeling. It is anchored in who God is. Mother Mary, help me remain faithful when emotions fluctuate, when hope rises and falls. When motivation feels inconsistent, teach me constancy rooted in trust. You remind me that faith is strengthened through obedience, through choosing God's will, through remaining faithful even when it costs comfort. Teach me obedience that strengthens belief. Mary, help me trust God when faith feels stretched, when patience is required, when surrender feels difficult. Help me believe that stretching deepens faith. There are times when I compare my faith to others, when I question if my trust is enough. Mary, teach me to release comparison. Help me focus on faithfulness, not perfection. Help me trust that God meets me where I am, that He strengthens faith step by step, that He values sincerity over certainty. Mother of faith, help me trust God when outcomes are unclear, when the future feels uncertain, when answers take time. Help me remain anchored in His promises. You trusted God without controlling the outcome, without demanding assurance, without forcing timing. Teach me to trust with open hands. Mary, help me believe that faith is active, that trusting God is a daily practice, that belief grows through consistency. Teach me to practice faith with intention. There are moments when faith feels quiet, when trust feels simple, when belief is expressed through staying present. Mary, teach me to honor these quiet expressions of faith. Help me trust God in unseen ways, in internal growth, in subtle changes, in progress that is not obvious. Teach me to value what is forming beneath the surface. Mother Mary, remain with me as this prayer deepens. Strengthen my resolve. Stabilize my heart. Prepare me to carry unshakable faith forward. I place my wavering faith before God. I place my desire for trust before God. Teach me to rely on His faithfulness. Woman of unshakable faith, walk beside me. Teach me to remain firm when challenges arise, to believe steadily, to trust deeply. Mary, woman of unshakable faith, as this prayer comes to its final moments, I rest in trust, not because everything is certain, but because God is faithful. Teach me to rest in who God is. You remind me that faith is not about controlling outcomes. It is about surrendering control. It is about trusting God with what I cannot predict. Teach me to trust with open hands. Mary, you believed God even when faith required sacrifice, even when trust meant discomfort, even when obedience asked more than you expected. Teach me courage that remains steady. There are moments when fear tries to shake my faith, when doubt speaks loudly, when uncertainty feels persuasive. Mary, help me return to trust. Remind me that God has never failed. Mother of faith, help me trust God when clarity comes slowly, when answers are incomplete, when the path ahead unfolds one step at a time. Teach me to take the next step with confidence. You show me that faith does not need to be dramatic. It needs to be faithful, consistent, rooted. Teach me faith that shows up daily. Mary, help me trust God when faith feels quiet, when belief is expressed through patience, when trust is shown through endurance. Help me value this steady faith. When my faith feels tested, strengthen me. When my trust feels stretched, anchor me. When my belief feels challenged, remind me that God is near. Mother Mary, teach me to remain faithful when results are unseen, when growth feels slow, when progress is internal. Help me believe that God is still working. You trusted God with your whole life, with your future, with your calling, with your surrender. Teach me to trust God with mine. As I return to my day, let faith guide my choices. Let trust shape my responses. Let belief steady my heart when uncertainty appears. Mary, help me carry unshakable faith into ordinary moments, into quiet prayers, into daily decisions, into the unknown ahead. Mother of faith, help me stand firm when challenges arise. Help me believe when doubts appear. Help me trust without hesitation. I place my faith before God. I place my future before God. I place my trust before God. Just as you did. Mary, thank you for teaching me that faith can remain steady. Thank you for reminding me that trust grows through surrender. Thank you for pointing my heart back to God. With faith renewed, with trust anchored, and with my heart fixed on God, I choose to believe. Amen.